Hey guys, we are on the way to Amanda's Lasik surgery. We're going to document some of it just so if you guys are thinking about getting Lasik, you can kind of see how it is as well.
I just made it to the building here and it's 9:30 in the morning, so it's really early. We're about to head in and see how it goes. As I'm standing here by the elevator, one thing I'm not going to miss are how my glasses always fog up like they are right now. So I'm actually excited.
갑자기 문 열려서 나 태우고 돌아다녀. 별로자 정문에 있을게.
It's crazy. I can see, but the light hurts my eyes.
그럼 어디 있어?
So we're done with the Lasik, and now we're going to go to the pharmacy and pick up some drops for her eyes. And then after that, I think we're going to get something to eat.
Three kinds of eye drop. Antibiotics eye drop, 4 times a day.
What do you want?
이거. How about you?
After the procedure, we decided to come to E-Mart and come to the food court. This food court saved our lives when we first came here. This was one of the only places that we ate for the first couple weeks because it was just so easy to find food. It's a little overwhelming trying to go to a restaurant and trying to order stuff when you don't know what stuff is, you don't know how to order for it. But this place is awesome because it just has pictures and it has numbers, and so you can either, we put it in a calculator of numbers, or we got smart and we just started taking pictures of this stuff too. But Amanda gets this soup right here. It's got noodles, it's got really good broth, comes with some kimchi.
This is what I've called my hangover soup. Anytime I've drank too much, I always come here and get this, but I really like it if I'm cold or if I'm not feeling well. It really is great.
They just took a while.
That's a lot of rice.
Yeah, this is a
soup.
spicy pork dish. It has some cabbage, also has some daikon and onions usually in it. And then, of course, it's got a little bit of perilla as well, which has a very unique flavor to it. If you've never had perilla, definitely try it. It's delicious. So we're gonna dig in. It's pretty good. I haven't had this at this food court before, but I've had it at a couple different others in some restaurants. And it's always really good. It's pretty spicy. It's got pork in it. I love meat. And then also with the mix of vegetables in there and the perilla. It's delicious. It's pretty saucy.
Did you hear that? It's pretty saucy. Ha ha ha. The best thing about the food court is like this was only $6 and Eric was only $6. So it's really cheap. You just point at the pictures and then voila, you match the number to when your number's called and you pick it up. Right now my eyes are starting to sting pretty bad, so I put some artificial tears in my eyes, and I'm not supposed to be wearing sunglasses indoors, but the light is really killing me right now, so we're gonna get some groceries here, head home, and then I'm just gonna lay low, I think, for a little bit.
Hey guys, Amanda wasn't feeling good, so we got home and she's going to sleep. But I wanted to show you these awesome goggles they gave her for her face while sleeping. She is passed out.
Right now it's really dark in here because my eyes are really sensitive to light. But needless to say, I got LASIK 2 days ago. Everything was fine. I got drops in my eyes, and then it seemed like, you know, they'll be bingo bango really quickly. But let me just tell you the procedure. So they put drops in your eyes for a couple minutes, like anesthetic drops, and then you get like a coat that you wear, and over your clothes so you're comfortable, and you get guided into this really dark room, and then you see the the laser machine. And then you put your head down on like this. You put your head down and you lay flat out. And then all of a sudden your eyes are face to face with like the brightest lights you've ever seen in your life. And it's really hard to even look at them. And I was thinking that maybe I can't go through with the surgery because, without even having surgery, my eyes were like in agony. Anyways, you have all these people around you. You don't really know what's going on. And they know exactly what they're doing, and I think Saturday is their surgery day, so they just knock surgery out one after the other. So you're kind of stuck at that point. And then I remember them putting more drops in my eyes, and then they basically put these metal clamps over your eyes, and then they tape over your eyelashes. So everyone is worried, what happens if I move? But you can't move when your eyes are clamped completely open. And then what they do, and this is how the doctor explained to me, so if I explain this wrong, I apologize. He said that I do remember them putting more eye drops on my right eye before they started, and then he put the laser, he moved it closer, and he said, "Can you feel anything?" And I couldn't, so then they proceeded. The doctor moved really quickly. I could see him flushing out my entire eye, and it felt really, really uncomfortable, especially since the light was shining so bright on my one eye. And then I recall him, I saw like a syringe, I saw some other tools that he was like doing stuff, he was moving, he said he was going to move the epithelials back or scrape some off, I think is what he said. And then after that, he like scraped some stuff with my eye. Like I said, I saw a syringe, and then he moved the laser down. And when what you see is, you're thinking of like lasers, but it actually just like looks like little wave lights that are red. And you can actually see the heat. If you look kind of like to the side, you can see the heat protruding off of the lights, but they look like little waves. And he moved it closer, and he held my head straight. So if you think you're gonna move, you're not. He held my head straight, and then they proceeded for about 10 seconds. And then when I got to my left eye, that's when it got a little bit painful and uncomfortable. He said, like, "Can you feel anything?" And I said no. And then as he started to do the whole procedure of scraping my eyes or whatever, and I could see the needles, I could start feeling it. And then when they put the light on, I could feel the heat, because this light, my left eye has a really, really high stigmatism, more so than my right. So they had to place the laser on my left eye for like double or triple the amount of time. So I could definitely feel it. And I was saying, "I feel pain." He's like, "Very good." Because at that point, you just have to finish the surgery. After, the first thing I said was, "Wow, that was scary." And they basically, you get up, and I could see blurry. I could actually see, and I didn't have my glasses on. And then they take you to this other room where someone else just checks your eye under a microscope to see how it looks, and everything looked good. And then you're happy. You can kind of see. The recovery on that day was fine. It was a little uncomfortable. It was blurry, light sensitivity, but it wasn't anything that was unmanageable. And the doctor told me, like, "You'll be fine the first couple days, but after that, you'll probably be pretty uncomfortable." And so then our mistake, we didn't even think to go to a pharmacy to get any pain meds, but we did get the eye drops prescription filled at a pharmacy, and I assumed we had Advil, which has always worked fine for me. But then when we got home the next day, which was Sunday, I started getting some pretty uncomfortable pain. We looked in our medical cabinet, and we didn't have any. Yesterday, the pain started getting worse and worse and worse, and what it really feels like, I can describe, and this is just my experience, but it felt like basically, and it still feels like this kind of right now, like shards of glass in your eye. And it was so bad. And the thing about Korea is you have to buy their medicine. You can't buy it just anywhere. You have to buy it at a pharmacy. And Eric went to 4 pharmacies yesterday, and they're all closed. So I was basically shit out of luck for 24 hours. And yesterday was the worst night of pain in my entire life. I had to wear these clear goggles over my eyes, which are taped to your face. And every time I went to sleep or I tried to nap, you have to wear them. But the downside was I was also tearing like crazy. So I had this wet tape that was full of like tears, and it felt like I had glass shards in my eyes. So I didn't sleep all night long. I actually got out of the bed and tried to sit up on the couch. I noticed that when I sit up, my eyes felt better. I could not get comfortable at all. I was hot, I was cold, and I didn't remember them telling me that I would be feeling this way, so I was getting a little bit nervous, like maybe this isn't a good thing. They also told me that they didn't tell me this when I went my consult, but they told me like 2 minutes before my surgery, by the way, you have there's less than 1% chance that given your high myopia astigmatism, if the surgery doesn't go as planned, you might have to have another surgery just because of really high astigmatism. So I told them, why didn't you tell me that to begin with? I just was a little frustrated. Anyways, so I was wondering, are my eyes recovering properly? I didn't know that I would be feeling that bad. So yesterday, basically, I just tried to just manage through the pain and without any sleep until my appointment today. And then when we got there early, we took a taxi there, and I literally was just like closing my eyes the whole way. I couldn't even see out the window. But we got in the office, and the lady at the counter could tell I was really uncomfortable, so she came over with eye drops, and they were really comforting because they're like anesthetic eye drops, so it really helped soothe the pain. And my eyes were super puffy, and they probably are right now. And then I saw the doctor quickly. He put the protective cover lens on my eyes, which will get removed in 5 days. And then he also gave me a prescription for some pain drops. And then I also got 2 packs of Advil, so now I'm good. But had I known that we didn't have any in the house, and then Sunday not realizing it and not being able to go to the store was definitely, hindsight, a terrible decision. I should have gotten some immediately and thought about that on Saturday when everything's open. So that was my fault. But the other thing that's really unusual is I'm not supposed to shower for 7 days, but I'm gonna probably try anyways, just knot my hair. And then I can't wear makeup for 7 days. The one upside though is the surgery overall was $1,100. I got a $100 discount just for saying that someone referred me. And then it was only like $928 US because I did use my HSA account from the States. So I'm going to sign off here, but wanted to give you an update on how I'm doing, and hopefully throughout the week I'll be noticing more improvements with my vision. Right now it's still really blurry, and I'm sure I'm squinting because the light sensitivity, but I will check back with you later. Bye.